It's recording. Yeah. I don't have a good intro for this. I have no idea what the title is yet of this. I can't say you know what this is by the title because I don't know what it is yet. But the long short of what I'm about to say is pretty simple. I'm tired. I'm tired of this stuff going on. I'm tired of this vast amount of racism, I guess you can say. I've been saying it a lot lately, and unfortunately, it's really true. I consider myself a student of Black history, so as sad as it is to say, very little, if any, of this is a surprise to me. I do look a mess. Good grief, I did not get no sleep. But I think what a lot of people don't get when it comes to me, because I've been not as vocal in social media or in real life, and I think that when you're quiet and you're Black about this kind of, it comes off as either A, you don't care, or B, you don't notice, in which neither is the case for me. So basically, what is the point I'm trying to make in this video? What's the point? Here's my point. I have known and been exposed to racism most of my life. I don't think there was ever a time when I didn't know it existed. I don't think, like, even as maybe as a kid, like, 4 or 5, that range, I wasn't that aware of it. But but even then, I think I've been aware of it on some level. I remember one time in particular when my dad and my brother were driving somewhere, and some cops pulled alongside us, looked inside the car, then pulled behind us, and then turned their lights on and pulled us over. No, nothing like real bad happened from that, but that is a racial experience I've had. Me myself personally, I don't think I've experienced it too much outside of weird looks I get at places I go, and I mean that in the sense of comic book stores, not so much from the staff or from people inside. Video game places, not so much. Actually, now I think about it, video game places, not really. Wrestling shows. The running joke, which is actually 100% true, was for years in San Antonio in certain wrestling promotions, I was the only Black person there, and and the promoters loved me being there. The wrestlers enjoyed me being there. The fans were looking at me sideways. It's a fact. Uh, and as ironic as this is, I think a lot of the racism I've experienced over my life, some of it came from other Black people, and I'm laughing only because it kind of hurts. Like kind of like laugh at the pain kind of thing. And the reason why I get that is because I do white people stuff. I listen to rock music. I listen to metal music. I love wrestling. I love pro wrestling. I love video games. I love anime. I love comic books. I was a huge comic book nerd before an MCU movie was ever even conceived. I was reading comics. Grew up with my dad and my brothers and my uncles giving me their old comics. Me and my mom used to love to watch cartoons and Power Rangers together and things like that. I was an anime nerd from back when I think Ronin Warriors, when it started. That was like one of the first anime I ever truly like loved and watched all the way through. I think there was a couple of more before that. I think Ultraman had one anime that made its way to the US, Robotech, and of course Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z. But let me explain. Let me give you this quick overview of not of just the black man in America, but this black man in America. I am fully aware that at any given moment, for any given reason, I could be killed. There's a plane passing overhead. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I'm fully aware of that. Doesn't have to be related to anything about me in particular, except for how I look. I have this weird relationship with death. Those people who know me know I'm a Christian, full believer, firm believer in God and everything like that. So the idea of what's on the other side doesn't scare me. The idea of how I'm going to get there makes me nervous. And I say nervous because, yeah, there are moments like I'm afraid of dying. And there are moments where I'm just like, if it happens, it happens. That's legitimately how I feel sometimes. And the reason why I feel that way really is because I've seen people die for various reasons. Those of you who know me best know my cousin passed just before her 30th birthday from essentially what was a brain aneurysm. That shook me to my core. But even before that, I've seen people pass from, relatively healthy people pass just all of a sudden. People pass from like cancer, people, things like that. So I've had this really weird relationship when it comes to death, to the point where it almost makes me numb to it. Not to people dying, because that's sad. I've lost people even recently. My great uncle passed, and that one hurt. That one really hurt because I really, 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 really loved him. He was, my great aunts and uncles are all fun to me. I've always had a blast at family reunions talking to them. They're fun, they're silly, and I see where our entire family gets it from on both sides. My mom's side, my dad's side. So that's my weird relationship with death. I'm sad when people die, but as for my own passing, it's like I just hope I live to see an old age. Pray that I do, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. And see here, and the worst part about all of this is, as a historically aware black man in America, I know exactly the things that have happened in the past, things that could happen in the future, things that have happened right now. From 1619 on, But as a black guy, also as a black guy in America, as knowing its history, I know that actually we have come a long way. No, we're not where we should be. But as many people will say, thank God we're not where we were. I thought I'd be like more angry and screaming and crying in this video than I am. But I think talking it out and giving this as a kind of a message to all of you, I think is kind of helping me. I mean, this is a messed up time. And it's not just about George Floyd. It's about, the Trayvon Martins, Philando Castillos, and so many other people in just recent history that have passed. I mean, Martin Luther King Jr. was one of the most peaceful of civil rights leaders. And not to say there's anything wrong with being a non-peaceful one. I mean, I still consider Malcolm X a personal hero. Because maybe he may have been a bit radical, but at the same time, was he wrong? Same for Martin Luther King. And these guys were both killed, trying to get us to a better place. Sucks, but it's true. We're not at that better place yet, as you can clearly tell. We could get there. I've said it a million times. Things could change tomorrow. Maybe, but they probably won't. But maybe they could. Things could change in my lifetime. In my niece's and nephew's lifetime, and my stepdaughter's lifetime. And see, that's the thing. I do legitimately fear for my nieces and my nephews, my stepdaughter, my brothers, my sisters. Because, people are crazy out here, man. So I worry about my family. Me, not so much. Just a fact. I want to thank everyone who's been supportive of all this. In particular, like my Caucasian friends, and I mean this because the thing that they have not been doing, which I do appreciate, is that they say, "Oh, we understand." No, I mean, because no offense, but y'all can't understand, but y'all can sympathize and you can empathize, and I appreciate that. And it's not, and I'm not trying to say that in a negative way that they don't understand, because it's just the fact. You kind of have to you kind of have to look like this all the time in order to really understand. But the empathizing, the sympathizing, I appreciate it. The ones who check up on me, I've had people that have been checking up on me, say, "Hey man, are you okay? Are you okay?" And my standard answer is, I'm making it, because I am. To my fellow brothers and sisters out there of the dark skin persuasion, let's keep marching, let's keep praying. Peaceful protesting, let's do it. We don't get through this, guys. I know we can get through this. Keep praying. Keep trusting in God. Keep trusting in Jesus. We'll get through this. That's it. God bless you guys. See you later. Peace.